of that word. She simply said, I will survive. So on today, I did not come to reinvent the wheel, and for some of you that might have missed church on that Sunday, I've just come to speak into your spirit 3 words. You will survive. Somebody ought to put that declaration in the air over their own life and simply declare, I will survive. I just come to tell you on today, come what may, you will survive. I've come to encourage about 3 people that through the storm and the rain, I simply come to tell you that you will survive. I know that because we are saved, we think that heartaches and disappointments are not supposed to come, but they will come. But guess what? You will survive. Bad news, unexpected losses, you will survive. Broke days, no money in your pocket, bills coming from every direction, you will survive. Sickness in your body, headaches, backaches, knee aches, everything aches. I just come to encourage somebody and let you know that you shall survive. Broken relationships, divorces, mishaps, misunderstandings. I've just come to find 5 people and let you know that you will survive. Lied on, talked about, mistreated, your name being dragged through the dirt. Guess what? You will survive. All odds stacked against you go back against the wall. Guess what? You will survive. Didn't get that job, not in your dream car, can't even think about your dream house. I just come to encourage somebody that you will survive. So put your hand up, stick your chest out, put a smile on your face, because you will survive. Are there any survivors in the house? Can we be real for a moment when our life is completely jacked up and we don't know what to do? Sometimes we need to look ourselves in the mirror, slap ourselves a little bit and say, you will survive. Let me hear the survivors make some. Maybe you don't understand it like that. TK, can I just get a little help with this you will survive thing? We ain't been in church all our lives, right? TK, maybe if Gloria sing it a little bit for us, maybe it'll get down in our spirit. Come on, y'all ain't been in church all your lives. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, I just come to tell you that I know it seems like this thing is trying to take you out, but you're going to survive. And I just want to remind you, this time last year, you thought that thing was going to take you out. And it's been the devil's job to give you selective amnesia. You survived it then, and you're going to survive it this time. 6 months ago, you had no idea how you was going to make ends meet. But guess what? If he did it before, I know he'll do it again. Just a week ago, all hell was around you. But somehow you survived. It took everything in you to put on your clothes and walk in this building on today. But you will survive. Come on, I need you to find 3 people and just speak into their lives. You will survive. Come what may this week, you will survive. Don't get on your nerves this week. You will survive. Somebody touches you out. You will survive. Bad news, you will survive. Bills come out of nowhere. You will survive.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Let me hear the survivors make some noise. I don't really think the enemy believes you. Let me hear the real survivors make some noise. So y'all know I get it from Pastor Linda. I'm a word type of girl. So the word survive in the simplest form means to remain or continue in existence or use. But sometimes you got to read just a little bit further. So when you get down to like that third definition, the word survives means to get along or remain healthy, happy, and unaffected in spite of an occurrence. The word survives means to remain healthy, happy, and unaffected in spite of some occurrence. Can I let you in on a little secret? I don't care how saved you are, how much you prophesy, how much you sing, how much you pray. Life is going to happen. I don't care if you make it to church every single Sunday. You're going to have to bury some people that you love. I don't care how much you have a relationship with God. You're going to get some bad news. Things are going to happen. But there's a word that's being declared in this house on today that come what may, I'm going to come through it happy, healthy, and unaffected. Let me hear the survivors make some noise. So the reason that this declaration is so vital is because when the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and I'm not just talking about physically, but most importantly, when he comes to kill, steal, and destroy you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, do you know how many dead believers we have walking in church every single Sunday? We're walking around like zombies because the enemy has stolen our joy, he's stolen our peace, he's messed up our mind, he's stolen our drive, he's stolen our identity, he's stolen our passion. But I've come to make one declaration on today that I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. I need the believers to make some noise. I need the real survivors to make some noise. Isaiah, the 43rd chapter and the 2nd verse. I'm so sorry, TK. I have no idea what version I used because I didn't type it, so my bad. Isaiah 43:2 simply says, don't be afraid. I've redeemed you. I've called your name. You're mine. When you're in over your head, I'll be there with you. When you're in rough waters, you will not go down. When you're between a rock and a hard place, anybody been between a rock and a hard place, you will not, it won't be a dead end because I am God, your personal God. Somebody ought to shout, I am a survivor. Now, when God gave me this word to encourage everyone on today, I immediately called Pastor Linda because on May 31st, 2000, she began watching this show called Survivor. Her and probably Evangelist Vicky. She has seen every single episode, probably twice, and every single season. And since May 31st, 2000, she has also been trying to get me to watch this show, but we won't talk about that. So I asked Pastor Linda to tell me everything I needed to know about this show. And she said that's easy. It's only one thing you really need to know about this show, Survivor. She said the objective is to outwit, outplay, and outlast. That's going to hit somebody real soon. The only objective to win this game, it's not about how fast you are. It's not about how strong you are. It's simply about outwitting, outplaying, and outlasting. It's not about how many times you come to church. It's not about your prayer. Well, it is about your prayer life. I'll get there. It's simply about outwitting, outplaying, and outlasting. So if you want to know how we're going to survive all that the enemy has for us, If you want to know all the assignments that the enemy has our name tagged to, how we going to get over those things, if you want to know how we just going to maneuver through life and still be a believer, not cussing people out, not going crazy, can we get real for a second, not losing our mind, we're simply going to outwit, outplay, and outlast the enemy. Let me hear the survivors make you know it. Anybody ready to outwit, outplay, and outlast? I got about 5 people that's with me. Anybody willing to outwit, outplay, and outlast the enemy?
Thank you, Jesus.
So, Elder Angie, how do we outwit the enemy? I'm so glad you asked. The word outwit means to get the better of by superior cleverness. Now, Satan is a lot of things. He is cunning. He's the father of lies.
Right.
He causes all kind of confusion and chaos if you allow him.
Right.
But let me let you in on a little secret.
Help us.
You are smarter than Satan.
Right there.
You are wiser than Satan.
Come on.
You have more knowledge at your hands than Satan.
Come on.
And can I tell you another secret? You know what Satan is capable of, and you know what he's not capable of. You know both his capabilities and his limitations. The way you outwit somebody is you know their capabilities and you know their limitations. So you're one step ahead of them. Can I just remind you of some of Satan's limitations? He does not have the power to destroy you. He does not have the power to break you. He does not have the power to defeat you. He does not have the power to kill you. Yes, he will try all those things, but you serve a God who is able to do anything. You connected to a God who has defeated Satan from Genesis to Revelation. We know every plot. We know every scheme. All you gotta do is be one step.
Hey, come on. Jesus.
You know Satan has come to tempt you on every end. It's in the Word. But the Bible also says that God will provide a way of escape. Be clever enough to take the way of escape. You know the enemy is coming like a flood, but remember God is going to raise a standard. Be patient and bold enough to wait on the standard. You know he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But if you keep reading the Bible, it goes on to say that I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So if you want to outwit the enemy, all you got to do is get in his word. You want to know how Jesus outwitted the enemy? He just fed the word to him. And you got to get a little bit more of Jesus wept, because that ain't going to work. Satan is coming with all kind of stuff. And look at him in the eye and saying Jesus wept is not going to work. You got to look Satan in the eye and say, get thee behind me. You got to look Satan in the eye and say, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I need my survivors to make. So after we outwit the enemy, so again, that we could come out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected, we then have to outplay the enemy. There's nothing deep about the meaning of the word outplay. It simply means to play better than your opponent. I seem to be full of secrets today, so let me let you in on another one. The reason some of us are having trouble coming out of things happy, healthy, and unaffected is because we refuse to get in the game. Now, oftentimes I have stood up here and told you that everybody on the bench gets a ring. Oftentimes I have told you that everybody on the team gets to win. But at some point, when your team doesn't show up and you're at home by yourself and you gotta battle this enemy, there's nobody to tag in. You gotta suit up, put your own uniform on, and get in the game. You cannot depend on your prep partner to answer the phone. You cannot depend on the doors of this church to be open. You got to get your own you to come out of this thing happy,
Yes.
healthy,
And
and unaffected. I'm a basketball type of girl. Any basketball fans in here? Boom. And so what happens is, take a team like Golden State, who on paper looks amazing, right? They have the best shooters. They know how to defend the ball. They could be down by 20 and somehow still win. So then they come to play an awful team, unfortunately, like the Chicago Bulls, who does not have any shooters, who does not know how to defend the ball. Looks like they started playing on yesterday. And so should be a for sure win. But what happens is the Chicago Bulls beats the Golden State Warriors. So then the conversation between the commentators is, did Golden State get beat by the Bulls, or did Golden State beat themselves? And so if you stay with me, a lot of times we're beating ourselves. We're stronger on paper. We have more ability on paper. But for some reason, we show up to the game underestimating the enemy. We show up to the game not ready to play. We show up to the game lackadaisical. We show up to the game and we just standing there like this, expecting that we just gonna walk off with the victory. Somebody needs to get in the game and actually play. Because the moment we start playing, the devil is a defeated foe. He does not stand a chance against a praying believer. He does not stand a chance against a praising believer. He does not stand a chance against a believing believer. But you gotta play.
That's it right there.
Touch your neighbor and ask him, are you ever gonna play the game? Are you tired of being the enemy's punching bag? Are you tired of going through the same circles over and over and over again? Maybe you ought to put on your shoes and get in the game. And when you get in the game, why don't you do what you were trained to do? You were not trained to be a punching bag. That was not what you were trained to do. You were not trained to be walked over. That was not what you were trained to do. You are a believer. It is in your DNA to win.
That's all we do.
Touch your neighbor and say, get in the game. I'm tired of watching you lose. Get in the game. I'm not buying another ticket to watch you lose. I'm not sitting at another game to watch you lose. It's time for you to win.
Jesus.
So after you outwitted, and after you outplayed the enemy, in order to come out healthy, happy, and unaffected, the only thing to do is to outlast your adversary. Again, there's no fancy definition for the word outlast. It simply means to last longer than. This really comes down to one thing. It's just really one question you have to ask yourself. How desperate are you to come out of this thing? That's the first question. How desperate are you to come out of this thing? And how desperate are you to come out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected? I'm almost done. Can I just for a second remind you of a woman with the issue of blood? And if you have been in church for at least 2 years of your life, you have heard this story. She had to outlast a situation that plagued her for 12 years. Here we go, been in our situation for 2 days, and we have thrown in the towel. See, I believe this woman had passed the stages of outwitting and outplaying the enemy, even though she was still in the situation. The reason I believe that is because I'm sure year one of the issue was supposed to destroy her. But no, she kept trying some things. And I'm sure by year 6 with the same issue that surely was supposed to kill her. But no, she kept doing some things. The Bible said that she got to the point where she had exhausted
That's right.
everything she had,
right.
which means for 12 years, watch this, she didn't get comfortable in her situation.
Right.
For 12 years, she did not throw in the towel. For 12 years, she kept doing something. Can you just do something? I mean, can you just stop complaining for 5 seconds and do something? Can you stop asking why me, Lord, and do something? Can you stop calling me, complaining about him, and do something?
My God.
We've gotten to the point where we carry our situations and our problems like they are a badge of honor. We carry them like they are permanently attached to us. We pick them up like they're book bags. We put them on. We take them to work. We mean to everybody at work because we got all these situations. We mean to our family and our friends because we carrying stuff that doesn't belong to us. Watch this. We come to the church and we sit them next to us, and instead of bringing them to the altar and leaving here, we pick them back up and take them out with us. And then we get home and we like, why am I still in it? Because you're still carrying it. Touch your neighbor and say, do something. Why have we become comfortable with being sick? Why have we become comfortable with being broke? Why have we become comfortable with being walked on? Why have we become comfortable with not having the best? Can I let you in on another secret? That is not the way God designed it to be. The believers are supposed to walk in healing. The believers are supposed to have the best of the best of the best. The believers are supposed to have the new cars. The believers are supposed to have the best jobs. The believers are supposed to have more than enough. This thing that we're supposed to walk around looking like we've been beat and battered, that is a lie from the pit of hell. And I come against it in the mighty name of Jesus. It is in your DNA to have the best. As a matter of fact, I speak over everybody under the sound of my voice that the best is all over you. I speak to the very spirit inside of you that the fight is on. I speak over your life that sickness has to flee, that broke days has to flee, that a messed up mind has to flee, that depression and oppression has to flee, that every chain that is holding you back has to flee, that every stronghold. I just want you to come out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected.
Thank you, Jesus.
I need you to understand that we were meant to be the head
My God.
and not the tail. We were meant to be the lenders, not the ones going to the payday loans. That's where we were meant to be. And it is time for us to take back what rightfully belongs to us. It is time to no longer be a punching bag for our family and our friends and our enemies. That is not the way God designed for this to be. He did not die on the cross for you to live here pathetic and miserable. He did not die on the cross for you to just be making it. Just making it is no longer enough. I'm taking my place at the front of the line because it's what's deserving of me. Anybody in the house ready to come out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected? Do you know that means I'm going to go through the fire, but I'm going to come out? Do you know that means that everything could be going on at my job and everybody else is going crazy, but I'm unaffected? Do you because desperate times causes for desperate measures. And whether you know it or not, the kingdom of God is in desperate times. If you look at the world, what used to be wrong is now right, and what used to be right is now wrong. I would think it would be time for the believers to take their place. We are the ones who need to set the trend for the world. They need to follow us and not the other way around. So real quick, the word desperate means employing extreme measures in attempt to escape defeat or frustration. You have to adopt an attitude that no matter what it takes, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. If I have to pray all night long, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. If I have to fast all week long, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. If I have to be a praise alive every time the doors open, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. If I have to praise him when nobody else is praising him, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. If I have to get in every single prayer line, I'm coming out of this thing happy, healthy, and unaffected. Let me hear the survivors make some noise. No, I don't think that the enemy really believes that. Because here's the thing. You got to let the enemy know that you're a survivor. And so I believe that you ought to tell the enemy, you ought to get your situation on your mind and say, I am going to survive.